I'm back on the airplane, seat 15F, listening to the old lady cry over blessed granddaughter Samantha, who apparently doesn't love her poor Gamma anymore. And the whole time I'm thinking behind my hungover eyelids, darling Samantha's being corrupted in my fucking head right now. I've known Eric for about a year now. I'm about a block away from home before I decide to kill him. That's not how I know how I want to do it. I don't know why I want to do it. It seems so natural, primal, human to want to end a life. If that's how I feel as a man, what does that say about God if you believe that we are created in His image? I'm at work and my boss says, "Get out," and "No way," and "That house was given to me by my parents. I grew up there." And I tell him, "I know." My boss is 4 years older than I am. I remember seeing him ride around thinking he was hot shit because he had a car. I used to ride around on a stolen Mongoose BMX bike. I loved that bike. I used to go dirt jumping with friends, kids I grew up with, kids I went to high school with, eventually started working with, all in the name of personal progress. It started with that bike. It all ended the day I was forced to bail as the oncoming lights of an AMC Eagle came screaming toward me. I'm at the Holiday Club, a swanky little joint on the north side. The lights from Wrigley Field are being shut down after another Cubs loss, and Eric is pointing and laughing because earlier his beloved Royals beat the shit out of some expansion team. He's been dating a girl I used to know. He's been with her for about 6 months, and I'm happy for that. Now. I wasn't 6 months ago. I don't even know why I cared. She and I didn't work anyway. She was some tree-hugging eco-blah-blahist who was more concerned about saving the planet than saving whatever the fuck it was we had. Whatever. Eric's fine now. He still has a slight limp. It must hurt like hell to have somebody do that to you. Wait, hold on. Go back. Before I knew Eric, his face. He was the face on the box for Aerobed Queen and twin-size air mattresses. His hands thrown behind his head, lying on his back. After we met, I showed him one of the boxes. My boss was there too. "Holy shit," Eric belches. "That looks just like me." My boss laughs. My boss doesn't like me anymore. I showed this same box to eco-friend ex-girlfriend after they started hanging out. She loved it, even though the bed wouldn't decompose for like a zillion years. Whatever. I told her I wanted to get Eric in the exact same photo. It was her idea how we went about it. It was all the window's fault, and the neighbors didn't care anymore. She's screeching, fuck me," and he answers, I am, but still they aren't looking at each other. They haven't looked at each other for about an hour. The window will remember every second of it. And then the window beeps, but the neighbors don't hear it. The window thinks it should stop now or else miss it. 5 more minutes, the window exhales. "Whatever," lady neighbor says. And the window's making more and more noises, little slappy, sweaty sounds. The window is waiting, all the time waiting, watching, all the time getting louder and more frantic, just like the neighbors are. And the lady neighbor says, I'm coming, don't stop, damn it, I'm coming." And guy neighbor finally looks away from the window down at her and he says, "Really?" All the time moving faster and dripping sweat. And she says, I'm coming, and the window says, "Me too." And the neighbor's still humping look out from their window only to find Eric holding a digital camera masturbating in his window. But they keep going and lady neighbor says through fire, "Don't you dare fucking stop," to guy neighbor. And she finally climaxes all over the $1,500 table. Guy neighbor falls off thudding against the floor, his wet skin slapping against linoleum. And lady neighbor turns to the window. Eric's gone. The chia dick is back, and falling white gobs like those sticky octopus things we used to get in cereal boxes are all over the screen in his window. From where she's lying, lady neighbor can see the mirror Eric rigged onto his ceiling so he could videotape them while lying on his floor. Yeah. I'm getting ready to land at Midway. Eric told me he would pick me up at about 6:30. That's about 45 minutes from now. Granny is now basically shoving her sob story down my throat about precious, darling, blessed, beloved Samantha. It's when the wheels touch down that I'm finally jolted out of last night's debauchery. I'm actually still feeling a little sore from that stripper. "You haven't even seen her picture yet. She's very pretty," Granny says. "Look at her long brown hair and beautiful blue eyes." And I'm thinking, check, check. And her adorable little dimples. Check. This is her in her cheerleader uniform. And before I opened my eyes, I realized that last night I fucked this old lady's granddaughter. And I opened my eyes and tell Granny, look, I have the exact same picture. Almost. This is how your precious, darling, beloved, blessed Samantha wasn't paid for college. I'm waiting for Earth Pal ex-girlfriend to call me. She hasn't called me in 6 years. My phone rings. My birthday was 2 days ago and I can still smell it. Eco X says she's got the picture. I'm smiling in the dark. I ask about how she got it and she says, I did something bad. Eric's in the hospital. I'm at a holiday club and Eric still has a slight limp. I'm on the phone and Earth X says, I laid him down and we started to have like a tickle fight. But if I was going to get the picture, I had to move. She tells me before he came over that she had rigged a camera onto her ceiling with one of those long cords connected to the shutter release. The picture isn't even that good, she says. It was too dark. How was I going to hide my camera? I'm 13 years old and I don't have a bike anymore. That tank of a car took my bike and swallowed it up, chewed it and spit it out the back end. I swore revenge. I knew who drove that car. That was 10 years ago. The same year I lost my virginity in what would become my boss's house. And he tells me, I don't remember you coming over. Are you sure you're talking about the right place? So I tell him, yep. That can't be. There's no way. Come on, you're joking, right? And I ask him, how's your sister? And his jaw drops and he says, what? And I ask him, has she decided to shave her armpits? Or is she waiting for that family of birds to move in so she can be like the tree she's been taking pictures of? And now my boss hates me. I'm at the holiday club and Eric's got a slight limp. What the fuck is wrong with her, he asks. And I say, I don't know, maybe some dude took her virginity the same night lightning struck down the tree outside her window. My boss's window. I don't know, whatever. I'm on the phone when Hippie X says, I was trying to tickle him, make him laugh. I couldn't find anything else. Ex-girlfriend grabbed what she thought was a dull paring knife. She used the dull side to tickle the bottom of Eric's feet. This all happened at her place. And she tells me, I didn't mean to. The lightning. She explains almost too nonchalantly that after it started to storm, she flipped the knife, took the picture of Eric blinded by the flash, smiling just like the Aero bed box. She tells me how much she hates me. I tell her how she should have killed him. She goes into detail now. I couldn't see because the flash, and I snapped. It was storming. I laid my body across his shins and I carved my initials into the soles of his feet. Then she starts to cry. I'm at a holiday club and Eric still has a slight limp. 2 weeks ago I wanted to kill a man. Last week I changed my mind. I decided to change all of Eric's stories forever. All of our conversations started with or ended with shit talk. Literally shit talk. Size, shape, etc. We're at a holiday club. I told Eric to get a table while I get the drinks. He does. Right by the front door, as far as possible from the bathroom. And I think, good, as I'm dropping Visine into the first of his drinks. Waiting, watching.